Good morning. What time is it? It's 8:31 and I've taken everything off my island and I cleaned all the contact paper. I was thinking about changing the contact paper, but I'm gonna leave it. I like this contact paper anyway. But I'm getting ready to paint my island and I've cleared all of this off. I still need to clean down here. You got to get all the dust and everything off. I did it on the top, but I got to do the front part and the sides, and I'm going to pull things out of there too and reorganize all of that, because when the first coat of this is drying, I'm going to start painting this. Okay, and when I'm done painting, I don't know if I won't start it next week. I want to do my Christmas baking, but then it's the week of Christmas, probably after Christmas. I'm going to start sanding off all of this wax buildup. That's what this is on my floor. My floors are clean. It's just wax buildup. I will never do that again to wax my wood floors. Lace, you gotta move. So you can see where I've gotten some of the wax off right there. And I started going over there a little bit. It was really heavy in there, and it's starting to go down to the bare wood, and I stopped. This is just my test spot. So, what am I doing? Well, I went out and I have an electric hand sander, but I'm afraid to use it because as it's really going, I mean, I could go right down to the bare wood. I want to be able to go slowly so I could see what I'm doing. So this is a handheld hand sander, and it's got a nice grip to it. Okay, coat number 1 is done, and over here where I've started, it's dry, and it's probably even dry enough to paint, but I'm going to go ahead and start this over there like I said. And then even after I'm done there, I'm going to take a break and then come back and give this a second coat. And I'm hoping I don't need 3 coats. See, the problem was that there was a bit of a darker color that was on here. So, see, like I put 2 coats on here, and you can see it needs a 3rd coat. So, I went over the first coat with a brush because you have to get in all kinds of corners and crevices and things like that. But next, I'm going to use my roller and see how the roller works with that. So, on now to that piece. Okay, this is how the paint is going on this. And this is, you know, one of those pieces of furniture you get like at Target and you put it together. I think we got this at Target. And it's, you can see where this is coming off. This is almost like a contact paper or something that's on here. I thought I'd be able to paint over this, but it's doing this and it's looking strange, like the paint's pulling away. So while this is still wet, I'm gonna get a rag and see if I can wipe this off, because I don't know if this can be painted, and I would rather just look for another white piece of furniture to put here. Yeah, that definitely is not a paintable surface, and so when I was getting the paint off, I mean, it just wiped right off of there, and Brian's like, wow, that paint just wipes right off of there. I said, because it's not paintable. So I didn't think that it was, but I thought, let me try. And I'm glad that I started at the top, because if I would have started all down here and, you know, tried to do like around the glass and everything, I would have been really disappointed getting a first coat on and knowing that you can't paint. And the paint was just flaking away even as it was drying. So definitely not paintable. So I'm just going to look for a white buffet to go in here. Now this is paintable because this is wood. When we first moved here, the people left this. They had actually matching buffet over here that went with this, and it was gray. And I painted it that beige color not long after we moved here, because we don't have gray here in our kitchen. So anyway, it's had the gray paint, it's had the beige paint that I had on there, and now it's going to be white. So this I know is paintable, but it's probably going to take seriously, maybe 3 coats. So I'm just going to spend all day painting this. And forget that. I'm sad about that because I did want that to be white. But I'm sure I'll find something to go over there instead. Alrighty, it's time for me to take a break. It's 11:45. I forget what time I started. Was it 8:30? 9:30? I don't know. I forget. Anyway, it's 11:45, and so I have the second coat on. And looking at it, it's going to need a third coat. So, especially these drawers. The drawers definitely need a third coat. But I'm going to let this dry for a couple hours. So it's 11:45, so about 1:45, 2 o'clock, I'll come back and give it a third coat because I want this to dry really well. It's really these drawers. The rest of it, well, in there you can see. Oh, I forgot to paint right there the second time. I got to go get my brush. But yeah, definitely needs a third coat. These things, these little foamy rollers are crap, I think. I don't like it. I tried using it. I didn't like how it rolled the paint on, and I just don't like it. So I'm going to throw this roller away, and I'm just using my brush because that's what I did the last time I painted this. I used the brush. Okay, looky, all done. I had to do 3 coats on this overall, and in a few places, and especially like the front of the drawers here, they needed a 4th coat. So I don't know why, but it's all dry to the touch, and I've been moving it around and everything. And even though it's dry to the touch, I'm not going to put it back here because it's not even tacky. It's dry, but I don't want the drawers rubbing on this just yet. I'm probably going to leave these out until tomorrow morning sometime, and then I will put them back. So when I paint in here, even when I painted it before, I don't go all the way over. It's hard to get your arm back in there, and you don't see it anyway. So anyhow, but the things that belong down here, like my baskets here, I'm probably going to get those put back. And I've been cleaning my kitchen and washing dishes just to try to stay on top of everything. Now I'm making dinner. We're having chili today. When I get that on to cook, I have to run upstairs. I need to take a shower and wash my hair. And while I'm up there in my shower, I'm going to go ahead and just clean my shower. Because probably tomorrow or Saturday is when I'll clean my bathroom up there, so I don't want to have to get back in the shower if I'm not going to wash my hair. I usually take a bath. I take a shower when I'm washing my hair usually, so anyhow, but that's how my day's been. It is now 3:17. I've been done painting since a little after 2:30, but then it's taken me time to clean brushes and trays and just, you know, try to tidy up the house a little bit. I had parchment paper underneath here, so it wouldn't get here on the marble, and so I had to get a razor blade and cut across. And then some places on some of the drawers it was a little rough, so I had to get sandpaper and sand it off. So, you know, little things like that take time. Okay, I usually have people asking me to show cooking more in my vlogs, and I hate putting my recipes down like in the title because I get people that will turn on the video. Like if I say, you know, how I make chili, you know, well, people come and they think that it's a tutorial video, and I'm vlogging. You know, and I'm talking and I'm telling you what I'm doing and all that. And because my video is not like 5 minutes long, they leave like rude comments, you know. They're like, you talk too much. There's too much talking. And usually I reply to those people. Well, I used to reply to them. I really don't reply to them anymore. I just delete the comment. But I would reply to them and I'd say, That's because this is a vlog channel and it's not a tutorial how-to channel. And it's not a cooking channel, it's a vlog channel, and people talk during their vlogs. So, but now I don't even answer that anymore. For those people, I just remove the comment, and sometimes I even just block the people. Okay, so I will show you how I make my chili. So my chili has been fried and drained of all the fat, and then you can use tomato sauce, tomato puree, crushed tomatoes, a big can of this, that is diced tomatoes with all the juice. It doesn't matter, whatever you want. And I get that in there. Then I'm going to fill up this can, and I usually try to go around the sides and get all the leftovers out of there. But you're going to fill up your can. Okay, then you're going to come over here and dump that in. Then to that, I add a couple cans of chili beans, or 1 can of chili beans and 1 can of red kidney beans, or you could use black beans. I just, use what I have on hand. So I'm doing the chili beans today, and I'm doing the red kidney beans, and then I'm going to put this tomato paste in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I put my tomato paste in there. It's got to be stirred around. I put in some onion powder because I told you my boys don't like onions. They don't like peppers either. Otherwise, I would put onions and peppers in there. That's what my mom always did. But I'll tell you what I do in a minute for those of us that like onions and peppers. So, I wanted to show you this. So my red kidney beans, I dumped the whole thing with the juice. I put the whole thing in there. There's nothing wrong with that juice. You don't need to drain it. So now I'm going to stir this because I got my tomato paste in there. And when you watched my spaghetti sauce videos, when I've made spaghetti sauce, and I always tell you, I always put a little bit of sugar into my sauce. I do. Tomatoes is really a fruit. Now, you don't want it sweet. You don't want to have sweet chili, but sometimes when you're putting in your seasonings that spice it up, sometimes you get it a little bit too hot, so it's nice to have the sugar in there to offset it anyway. So this is 1/4 cup. I'm not going to put the whole thing. I'll probably just do like that, which would be about probably two tablespoons worth. And then we're going to add our salt. And this is kosher salt, and I'm just sprinkling in probably a good teaspoon and a half of salt. And whenever I make anything beef, with ground beef, I always like to put in beef broth. This is a concentrate beef broth, and I just put like a teaspoon to a cup of water would make like a cup of broth. And just putting this in there, it brings out the flavor of the ground beef that's in there. And then next, chili powder. I don't measure because I'm eyeballing it. That's probably about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons worth of chili powder. And then the last thing, well, 2 more things I put in. I'll show you. So I want some cumin. And cumin, probably about a teaspoon of that. And then I put cilantro. If I have fresh cilantro, I put fresh, but this is my dried cilantro. And I don't know, a couple teaspoons. I just dump it in there. Okay. And then I'm going to bring this up to a boil. And then I'm going to reduce the heat way down on simmer, like the bottom, not the bottom lowest, but next to the bottom lowest of simmer, which on my electric stove is 1.8. This is a 2.8. I turned it way down so my meat wouldn't burn. Let me get it back up there to boil, and then I'll turn it back down and throw a lid on it, obviously, and let it simmer for at least an hour. But the longer you let it simmer, the better. You could let it go a couple hours, but that's it. Now, for those of us that like onions and peppers, I will clean this up and I will cut it up, and I will cut up an onion, and I saute it in a frying pan. And then those of us that like it, when we get our chili, we just scoop out the onions and peppers and throw it in our bowl of chili. And I usually like to top my chili with a little bit of cheese too. And then we have crackers with it, or cornbread. I'm not doing cornbread today. It's been a long day. We'll just do crackers with it. But anyway, that's how Sandy makes her chili. And it's really good. One more thing. I was thinking I was forgetting something, and as I was cleaning up my mess over there, I get garlic. And I just take like the skins off and leave them whole. I don't need to dice them up or anything. And I just put them in there and let the garlic infuse with the chili like that. And then when we go to eat, you know, we pull it out. I sometimes do that with my spaghetti sauce too. Okay, there we go. On simmer. And it'll be simmering like that for some time. So, upstairs I go. First, let me turn out my light over here. And I think I have all my other lights on that I need. Yep. Everything's on until timers come on. So, before I forget, Martha and Bonnie, who were elfed, I placed your orders today. And you're supposed to be getting your elf boxes on the 15th. I spoke with somebody, and I went very carefully with your name, your complete address, your zip code, everything. And I spelled everything out. I spoke very slowly. She read everything back to me. So as I was giving it, obviously, that's what I gave. And so, your boxes should be there on the 15th. If you don't mind, when they get to your homes, ladies, please just send me a comment in one of my videos letting me know that you got it. I walked out of my bedroom and I could smell my chili all the way upstairs. It smells so good, and it's almost time to eat. All I have to do is fry my peppers and onions. But I'm going to turn on Andy Griffith. I even will take a break from Hallmark movies, the Christmas ones, to watch Andy Griffith. I don't know, it's just kind of like a thing that we do all throughout the year. We watch Andy Griffith and eat our dinner. Or we watch The Golden Girls. Sometimes we watch them too, if they're on. But let's see. What is this one? This one is A Very Merry Mix-Up. That one's okay. But Andy Griffith is on. So I'm going to watch that. So there we go. All right. What are you trying to sniff up there? You see those candy canes up there, don't you? All right. And tomorrow morning couldn't come any sooner so I could get these drawers put away. Okay, here's my chili. And I forgot to also mention, I didn't do this today, but sometimes, not always, but sometimes when I make chili, I put corn in it as well. But I didn't today because I had no corn in my freezer in the house, so it had to go outside, and I needed to hurry up and get things done because of the time. So obviously my counter space and my table space is all full, so we're going to be coming over here and dishing our food out of the stove here, which is fine. So there's that. Then I'm going to put some cheese. And then I'm going to get some crackers to put along here. And that's dinner today. So thanks for watching, you guys. It was probably a boring video for you guys today because I didn't do anything but paint and clean up. Well, I had to clean up my stuff that I was painting, washing it down before I even turned on the camera. But then you know how it goes when you're painting, your house gets disarray and you gotta clean up and everything. So that's all it was. I was able to vacuum and mop my floors. I didn't show that, obviously. And I did when I took my shower. I cleaned my shower like I said I was gonna do. And so I dusted and cleaned this bathroom down here, I think it was yesterday. So pretty basically everything's kind of tidy. Tomorrow morning when I get up, I just need to put all of these things away, get that back, all that back. And I don't know, Harry's off tomorrow. So I don't know if he's going to want to do something or what, but I think tomorrow's kind of going to be like a relaxing day. I have some Hallmark movies that I have not been able to watch. I've recorded them. So I wanted to have a nice day to just relax and just watch maybe 2, 3 of my Hallmark movies. Just do like a little marathon. I'll probably do it in the morning, you know, just all morning, just sit and watch my movies and catch up with those. And then in the afternoon, I don't know what I'll do. So tomorrow's Vlogidays video, the content of that, I couldn't even begin to tell you because I have no idea what I'm doing except watching movies in the morning while I'm having my coffee. So until then, I'll see you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.